Good afternoon and welcome to another Southwestern Athletic Conference telecast hosted by the Hornets Sports Network. My name is DeQuan Lee and it is Greek night here at the Dunn Oliver Acadome on the campus of Alabama State University. This is the second game of our doubleheader where your Hornets will take on the Panthers of Prairie View A&M. Your starters for both teams, Leon Daniels, DJ Heath, Kevin Holston, Jeremy Hamilton, and Toby Iwusho are your starters for the men. For the Panthers, Linnell Henry, Leon Sneed, Chancellor Ellis, Antoine Lister, and Jonathan Jackson make out their starting five. Early three-pointer off the mark. Alabama State cleans up. Kevin Holston will direct traffic. And an early turnover for Alabama State. Now, a player to look forward to and to watch over the afternoon is Toby Iwusho. He was named SWAC Player of the Week for his performance against Houston earlier. It's his second award, winning Player of the Week after scoring a career high 25 points against Austin Peay earlier in the year. Through ball rims out, and the offensive rebound is tipped out of bounds. It'll be Prairie View basketball. Turnaround jumper off the mark, and it is batted for an offensive rebound. Panthers will get a second attempt. Kevin Holston almost coming away with the steal. And a charge taken by Brandon Battle to force the turnover against Prairie View. Some early numbers to look at for both teams. Alabama State scores 60 points a game. Prairie View scores around 72 points a game. The field goal percentage in favor of Prairie View, they typically shoot around 44% as you see the turnover on the floor. Pull-up jumper is good. On the boards, Prairie View also has a slight advantage. They average about 32 a game versus our 30. On the drive, Leon Daniels, pretty basket. His first basket of the afternoon. And it breaks the field goal drought for Alabama State to start this game off. Alabama State coming with the early double. And they force the turnover. Holston open for three, and he makes him pay. On the early leak out. tied up. And the Panthers will reset. Now, Kevin Holston hasn't seen a lot of playing time this year, and he's making his early minutes count. Her head coach, Lewis Jackson. Hornets beating the zone. A Euro too strong, and it'll be a blocking call on the floor.
Prairie foul number 14, Leon Sneed. It's his first.
Leon Daniels will be at the line to shoot a pair of free throws.
At the line, shooting 2, Leon Daniels.
Hornets not opting to play into his own. They stick to a more man routine to begin this game. Off the screen and roll. Three-pointer with the shot clock expiring. Left it short. They're going to call a loose ball foul, and it will remain Panther basketball. Ooh, that three-pointer rattles in and out. Another offensive rebound. And it'll be another loose ball foul. That foul will go against Kevin Holston. Strong feed, but a blown layup. The Panthers come away with a loose ball. On the deep post, Jonathan Jackson going to work. Puts the move on, can't finish, and tips his own rebound back up and in. Holston, good pass. The following pass is batted out of bounds. We'll take immediate timeout, and we'll be back from the Hornets Sports Network. Welcome back to the Hornet Sports Network. I'm DeQuan Lee, and the Hornets trail in the early goings of this first half. The score 7-5. Now Alabama State has been held scoreless for about 2 minutes. However, Prairie View hasn't been making them hurt too much about it. They are just one of their last 4 field goal attempts, and they haven't cashed in on any of their 3-point opportunities. Alabama State, on the other hand, they have made their one 3-pointer that they took earlier on in this game. That shot made by Kevin Holston. Now, this is actually Kevin Holston's first start of this season. He hasn't seen too much playing time. He has fallen in and out of the rotation, and he's giving head coach Lewis Jackson some good minutes in the early section of the game. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be Hornet basketball with 22 seconds on the shot clock. Referee will call a whistle. Prairie View player trying to fight through a screen.
His first, team's third.
Oh, good double clutch layup. Pretty finish by Toby Owusu. The team's leading scorer at just over 14 points a game. Look for him for a lot of the scoring. Alabama State playing trapping Alabama State playing a trapping pressure, and they nearly forced a turnover. Going back to Toby Owusu, the team's leading scorer at just over 14 a game, averaging almost 15 as a matter of fact. He's the only player to score in double digits on a nightly basis. A good strong block and interior defense by Tyrese Robinson. Hornets looking to capitalize. Toby, no good on the jumper. Offensive rebound. Hornets, good ball movement. Toby catches in on the corner 3 ball. Toby shooting over 50% on his 3-pointers thus far in this point of the season. Good strong defense again. Stout defense by Tyrese Robinson. Hornets getting out in transition. Kevin Holston kicks it out. Toby thought about it. Drives to the paint. Kicks it out. Wide open 3-pointer. No good. So good on Alabama State to try to get out in transition to get some good, easy buckets. They're currently on a 5-0 run in the last 130. Prairie View still trying to find their groove offensively, shooting just 1 of 6 over the last 6 field goal attempts. Good contest by Ricardo Day. He forces the miss. DJ Heath checking in for the first time this afternoon. Post hook too strong. Prairie View on the rebound. Hornets opting to switch on the screens thus far. Three ball, top of the key, off the mark. And Owusu comes away with the rebound. Just under 13 minutes remaining in this first half. Hornets lead by 3. It'll be a blocking call on the floor. Dwayne Cox is going to pick up that foul. It's his first. It's also his first time seeing playing time. Referee stopped play. They say the shot clock didn't initiate when it was supposed to. "17 seconds on the shot clock, and they'll resume play. Five on the shot clock. Ross has got to put a move on. Corner three ball, way too strong. Hornets not opting to switch the screen, and they'll call the charge. Good, strong, tough defense. DeJuan Madden probably extended that arm. It forces the turnover. Just over 12 minutes remaining in this first half. Both teams not shooting very pretty. Alabama State shooting just 4-10 on the floor thus far. As you see, an Alabama State turnover. Just their second turnover. That three-pointer off the mark. Alabama State in transition. Connor Dane tries to feed Austin Rogers down low. Pass is deflected and out of bounds. And we'll have a media timeout. We'll be back with more on the Hornet Sports Network. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to the Hornet Sports Network, where Alabama State has a 3-point early advantage with 11:33 remaining in the first half. The shooting numbers that I want to go over for both teams: Alabama State just shooting 40%, 4 of 10 from the floor. However, Prairie View has shot a touch worse. They're standing at 23% from the field, 3 of 13. They haven't gotten anything going offensively. They've tried to work through the post, as they're doing now, but nothing's falling. Baseline jumper is up and good. Leon Sneed cashes in on that one. It stops a 5-0 Alabama State run. Now, Alabama State has been scoreless the past 3 minutes and 25 seconds. but the Panthers haven't made them pay for it. Jacoby Ross, quick fire on the three. Austin Rogers on the kickback, on the tap back, excuse me. And Hornets have a first 20. DJ Heath, too strong. Another offensive rebound for Alabama State. High screen and roll. Jacoby Ross, another three. Rolls around, no good. So 3 opportunities for Alabama State, and they still come up scoreless. They're just one of their last 7. The last basket made was the Toby Owusu 3 from the corner off the Ricardo Day assist. Good dump off pass. And the dunk by Jonathan Jackson. Panthers have their first lead since earlier on in this game. Austin Rogers with the elbow jumper, no good. Panthers pushing in transition. Pull up 3, no good. Jacoby Ross will bring it up. The scoreless streak for Alabama State's extending over 5 minutes. Ricardo Day trying to put the moves on. It'll remain Alabama State ball. Eight on the shot clock. And DJ Heath drills that three-pointer. And the Panthers cash in on an easy leak-out bucket. That dunk by Lionel Harry. Jacoby Ross will try another 3. No good. Heath with the offensive rebound. Alabama State gets a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Pass is intercepted. And Jacoby Ross is going to pick up that foul.
Alabama State foul number 10. Jacoby Ross, his first. Team's third.
Now, to this point, Alabama State has played pretty good defense, stopping the Panthers from getting anything going from outside. They're 0 for 7 from deep thus far, and that shot is batted away. Robinson showing his presence down low. It'll be Alabama State basketball. If I'm not mistaken, that's his second, excuse me. The shooting rolls from Prairie View starting to spread to the Hornets. The Hornets have had more opportunities thus far. They've taken 16 shots. However, they're shooting just 31%, excuse me. Day back to Toby. Toby on the pump fake, driving to the lane. And Toby will draw the foul. Owusu will be at the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Owusu, a 76% free throw shooter. Free throw shooting, not Alabama State's strong suit. They shoot, as a team, 63%. Opponents shoot a touch better from the free throw line. They shoot an overall 68% from the free throw line. Toby also leads the Hornets in rebounding. He averages just over 6 a game. And Wushu gives Alabama State the lead again. Pretty finish by Jonathan Jackson. These teams going back and forth in the early goings. Less than 8 minutes to go in this first half. Heath surveying the defense. Robinson calling for it down low. Kicks it out to the corner. Jacoby Ross. Pass gets intercepted. Panthers in transition again. Pull-up jumper. No good. Heath, he'll try a three. Off the back iron. Alabama State one and done on the offensive end. So since cashing in on the early three-pointer opportunities, Alabama State is just 3 of 11 from deep. They haven't gotten many attempts at the free throw line, shooting just 1 of 4.
Media timeout.
And we'll have a media timeout. Stay tuned for more from the Hornet Sports Network. And welcome back to the Hornet Sports Network, where the Hornets are currently trailing by a point. It's been a back and forth affair between these two teams. Both teams shooting in the low 30s and upper 20s. Alabama State shooting just 27% from the field thus far. Prairie View shooting 36%. Layup attempt no good. Ball is batted around. And Alabama State comes up with it. Leon Daniels on the rebound. Hornets pushing in transition. Pretty finish. Hamilton on the finish. That's Jeremy Hamilton's first bucket after starting the game 0 for 1. He had an earlier attempt for 3, which he missed. Reverse layup, no good. And Toby Awusho comes away with the loose board. Kevin Holston back in the game for Coach Lewis Jackson. Tyrese Robinson with low post position, kicks it out, wide open shooter, and he drains it. That's back-to-back buckets for Jeremy Hamilton, and 5 straight for him as well. Momentum kind of swinging in Alabama State's favor off those 2 buckets. They found 2 good stops at the rim earlier. We'll try another one. Pass is batted. And Alabama State's forcing turnovers and playing solid defense right now. Toby, wide open for 3. No good. That's the same corner where Awusho hit from earlier. Unable to make the Panthers defense pay that time. Hornets struggling to inbound, and it'll be a 5-second violation. Your Hornets on the floor thus far. Daniels, Battle, Holston, Hamilton, and Wusho. Panthers trying to work out of the post. They've run into some stout Hornet defense, and it continues again with that deflected pass. 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Hornets, they switch on D. Step back three-pointer, no good. And Wusho comes away with it. He pushes in transition. Dump on pass. It'll be a blocking foul, count the basket, and one. Brandon Battle on the and one opportunity. And he will be at the line for a free throw attempt.
At the line, shooting one, Brandon Battle. That's Patterson's first foul, team's second.
Battle on the year, shooting 55% from the free throw line, so toss-up opportunity for the Hornets here. On the year, Brandon Battle averages 7.6 a game and 4 rebounds. Off to a strong start offensively. The Hornets are as a unit. A foul call on Jeremy Hamilton. That'll be his first foul. Darius Williams for the Panthers will be at the line to shoot a pair, and it gives the Panthers an opportunity to end a scoring shot that's expanded over 3 minutes. They've hit just one of their last 5 field goals, and they have yet to make a three-pointer. Five minutes remaining in this first half. Hornets have a solid 4-point lead. And the pretty poster. Let them know what's up, Brandon Battle. Jumper short. And Hornets looking to push and transition. It's where they excel. Toby kicks it out. Jeremy Hamilton cashes in on another three-pointer. He's 2 for 3 from behind the arc thus far, and Alabama State has its largest lead of the half. Good verticality defense by Alabama State, and Prairie View cannot find an answer. Alabama State's off on another 5-0 run. A 12-2 run lasting the past 4 minutes. Alabama State is in the bonus. And Brandon Battle will be at the line for a 1-1 opportunity. Battle cashes in on 2 free throws. And the Hornets have an 11-point lead. So what was a back-and-forth game earlier on has seen the Hornets build momentum, and it's ballooned to their largest lead of the afternoon. Yeah. Uh-oh. Some early tensions here. Call on the floor was a blocking call. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. Stay tuned for more from the Hornet Sports Network. Welcome back to the Hornet Sports Nation, where your Alabama State Hornets are currently sitting on an 11-point lead with 3:42 remaining in this first half. Jeremy Hamilton has led the Hornets in scoring to this point. He's 3 of 4 from the floor, and he is 2 of 3 from three-point land. Alabama State has been on a 14-2 run over the past 4:22, and they've been scorching hot from the floor. They've made 5 of their last 6 field goals. Jeremy Hamilton, a part of that run, he's hit 3 of his last 4 attempts. It's Panther basketball, and they're looking to cap off this run by Alabama State. Strong move to the rim. Another blocking call on the floor, and there will be some free throws coming up. Darius Williams will be at the line to shoot a pair. Toby Awusho will be at, well, he will pick up his first foul. One for 2 at the line for Williams. The score remains 28-17. That pass deflected out of bounds by Kevin Holston. The pass, I should say, deflected. Ricardo Day. 10 on the shot clock. Kevin Holston loses it. Fast break opportunity. And Holston with the stare down following the block. An emphatic one at that. Prairie View players calling for a review. They called a foul on the play. That foul will go against Ricardo Day, his first. The refs will want to review the last one, make sure it wasn't a flagrant. So following the review, it seems as though the referees will call it a common foul. So at the line to shoot a pair of free throws, it will be Darius Williams. That'll be his second, his fifth and sixth attempts of the afternoon. Head coach Lewis Jackson debating something with the officials. So Williams corrects his mistakes from his earlier attempt at the foul line. He drains both after missing two straight. He's now 4 of 6 from the foul line. Wide open corner jumper. Cashes in. Jeremy Hamilton, who else? He's feeling it, and he continues to lead the Hornets in scoring. He's got 11 points. Hornets force a turnover. Kevin Holston out on the break. Tough layup is no good. And it'll be Alabama State basketball. Ricardo Day on the inbound. Pass attempt deflected by DeJuan Madden. Nine seconds on the shot clock. Good kick out. And Jeremy Hamilton is on fire. I don't know how else to describe it. The man is seeing a bucket instead of the net. The basket is wide open for him right now. He cannot miss. He's 4 or 5 from deep. We'll have a timeout, and we'll be back with more. Welcome back to the Hornet Sports Network. Jeremy Hamilton has had his fingerprints all over this game. He just drilled yet another three-pointer for the Hornets. He's 4 of 5 from deep, good for 14 points on the night. And the Hornets have their largest lead of the evening.
Darius Williams.
Pretty reverse layup by Darius Williams. Good for his 6 points of the night. Oh, that pass intercepted. And it'll be an easy deuce.
Darius Williams.
So Prairie View gets 4 quick points. And they have started to trim this lead down to 11. Lewis Jackson has decided he needs to talk things over with his team. We'll be back after that. Welcome back following the 30-second timeout. Hornets maintain an 11-point lead. The score is 34-23 with just over a minute remaining in this first half. Jeremy Hamilton has been the star of the first half for the Hornets. It's usually Toby Owusu getting off for the Hornets. Instead, it's been the barrage of three-pointers by Hamilton that has boosted the Hornets to this lead. Three-pointer way off the mark. Kevin Holston on the rebound. About 30 seconds remaining in this first half. Kevin Holston putting moves on. Toby pump fakes, drives baseline, kicks it out. Kevin Holston swings the ball. Another three. No good. Boy, the roof would have just been blown open if Jeremy Hamilton had drained that three-pointer. Prairie View will have the final shot of the first half, and they'll have an opportunity to trim this lead down to single digits. Six on the shot clock. And Brandon Battle, he draws another charge. So 5 seconds for Alabama State to maybe get off a half-court heave or maybe a good shot opportunity here. What we do know is that they will go into halftime with a double-digit advantage. Up. Owusu gets called for the travel, and Prairie View will get one more opportunity. .4 remaining in the first half. Perhaps a quick catch and shoot opportunity. Ellis getting fancy, leaves it well short, and that'll be the end of the first half. Alabama State leads the way 34-23. Prairie View looking for answers, shooting just 33% in the first half. Alabama State shooting 43%. Jeremy Hamilton leading the way with 14 points. He's 5 of 7 from the floor, 4 of 6 from three-point land. And they'll continue to look for him to provide that second spark for him in the second half. And we will return with more action here at the Dunn Oliver Acadome here on the campus of Alabama State University. Welcome back to the beginning of the second half here at the Dunn Oliver Acadome, where the Hornets have an 11-point lead coming out from the break. Jeremy Hamilton has been the leading man for both teams thus far. He's been on fire from behind the arc. He is 4 of 6 thus far, good for 14 points. Right behind him are Toby Owusu and Brandon Battle. They both have 6 points at the end of the first half. Now to take a look at some of the numbers for both teams. Alabama State is shooting just under 43% at 42. Prairie View, on the other hand, is shooting 9 of 27 from the floor, good for 33%, and they have yet to make a three-pointer. It's been a great defensive effort for Alabama State. They've closed out on all open three-pointers, and it's led to this lead thus far. The free throw discrepancy for both teams, not that big. Alabama State has taken 7 free throws, and they've made 3 of them. Prairie View, they've taken 8, and they've made 5, good for 62%. On the glass, Alabama State has the edge thus far. They have 19 rebounds total, 5 of them being offensive. And they've used that lead to build this 11-point advantage for them. The largest lead of the game was when the Hornets led 34-19 late in the first half. Possession count is just about even, so both teams getting an equal amount of time to put points on the board. Alabama State is just on top in that aspect, largely because of Jeremy Hamilton's hot shooting. When we return, well, actually, no, we're getting ready to start the second half, so we'll stay tuned with you. Currently, we're making sure the shot clock is functional, and it is. And it will be Prairie View ball to begin the second half. The starters for both teams on the court right now: Daniels, Battle, Holston, Hamilton, and Owusu. And then for Prairie View, Henry, Sneed, Ellis, Jackson, and Lister. Jonathan Jackson led the Panthers in scoring in that first half. He had 8. 13 seconds on the shot clock for the Panthers. Off the pick and roll. He'll have to drive into the lane, kicks it out. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Pull-up jumper is good, and that will be the first bucket of the second half. Leon Sneed has his 4th point of the afternoon. 2 of 3 from the field. Owusu, spin move in the paint. Leaves it short. And the Panthers are on the move on the fast break. Oh, what a defense. What a block. That one sent back by Brandon Battle. Brandon wants to be rewarded, and he should have gotten called for the foul, but he leaves it short. And the Panthers have it. It's a 9-point game in the early goings of this second half. Oh. Contested three-pointer, no good, but it's tapped out. Panthers will have a second go at it. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Five on the clock. Good jump off pass. And Leon Henry will get his first dunk of the second half. Alabama State will call a timeout. We'll be back with more from the Hornets Sports Network. Stay tuned. Welcome back again to the Hornets Sports Network. Panthers slowly trimming down this lead. The Hornets have a 34-27 advantage, and Alabama State has been held scoreless their past 4 minutes. They're 1 of 5 of their last 5 attempts. Kim Holston pulls it back. Jumper well short. It'll be Panthers basketball. Prairie View currently on an 8-0 run. Last basket they had, if you recall, was the Linnell Henry dunk, excuse me. Hornets applying more pressure now. Head coach Brandon Smith calling for a motion offense.
Seconds on the shot clock. 3 seconds.
Alabama State forces a turnover. I believe that is the first turnover of the half for either team. Yes, indeed. Jeremy, who had the red-hot start from deep in the first half. Wusho pump fakes. Pumps again. Kicks it out. Back to Wusho. Wusho will take it this time, and he rattles home the three-pointer.
And another $33 from the Vance Law Firm.
Wusho has 9 on the evening after that three-pointer. Darius Williams on the basket. He's 3 for 6 on the afternoon. Darius Williams is going to get called for the reaching foul. Thought he had a clean steal. That'll be his first foul. Heath taking the screen, dumps it off. Baseline jumper well short. Prairie View has numbers 3-on-1 fast break. And there'll be a foul on the floor and 2 free throws coming up.
Alabama State foul number 14, Brandon Battle. His first team.
Brandon Battle will pick up his first foul.
Number 15, Gerard Andrus.
Gerard Andrus will be at the line to shoot free throws as he drills the first. It's a 7-point game with 16 minutes remaining. So 1 for 2 at the line. Battle on the cleanup. Toby, he's going to get called for the travel. And that's a careless turnover for Alabama State. We'll have a media timeout. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Hornet Sports Network. Hornets are currently maintaining a 7-point lead with just under 16 minutes in the second half. Alabama State has led majority of the way. They even hosted a big lead earlier. The biggest lead, excuse me. Tough hanging layup, no good. And it'll be Alabama State basketball. The largest lead that Alabama State had was 15 going back to the first half when it was 34-19. Heath surveying. Hamilton. Step back three. Foot on the line though. Leaves it well short. Alabama State will get a second go at it. Wild shot, no good. Tip up, no good as well. Battle for the loose ball. They call a jump ball on the floor. Let's see whose ball it remains. It will be Alabama State. So a couple of missed opportunities for the Hornets. And Jeremy Hamilton trying to resume where he left off in the first half. He's been quiet thus far. Jacoby Ross is set to check into the game for the first time in the second half. And Brandon Battle will have a rest. Off the screen, Daniels top key. Oh, gets stuffed at the rim. That block by Henry.
Prairie foul number 0, Henry. His first and second.
They call an offensive foul on Linnell Henry, excuse me. His first. Alabama State on a bit of a scoring drought. Heath looking to put the offense in motion. Ross fires from the corner, too strong. Fight for the loose ball. Prairie View gets away, and they have a man leaking. Good pump fake, and the layup is good. Gerard Andrus cuts this lead down to just 5. Momentum starting to swing in the Panthers' favor. Jacoby putting the moves on, 5 seconds on the shot clock, and he turns it over. Pull-up jumper in transition, too strong. Offensive rebound goes to the Prairie View Panthers. Second shot opportunity, 3 off the mark, and Robinson cleans up the miss. Robinson, he's going to try 3, and he buries it. It's been a long time coming for Alabama State to cut this drought and extend this lead back up to 8. 13 minutes remaining. Pull-up jumper, well strong, but we'll have a loose ball foul. I believe that foul will go on Robinson. Yes, indeed, it will go on Tyrese Robinson. Prairie View has still yet to make a three-pointer. That tough shot up and in. Williams gets it to go. Day feeds Tyrese Robinson down low. Shot well short on the turnaround jumper. Players clamoring for a walk, and they have a case. Pockets being picked, but the ball won't get away. Drive to the basket is good. That one by Leon Sneed. Heath pulls a three too strong. Good box out by the Panthers. And they'll get a full 30. Alabama State just 1 of 8 from the last 8 shots. Going through a bit of a scoring drought. Three-pointer market is closed for the Panthers. They're shooting an 0 for 13 at this point. Alabama State, on the other hand, scoreless in the past minute and a half. And we will take a timeout. We'll be back with more from the Hornet Sports Network. Welcome back to the second half of the second game of our doubleheader. The Hornets taking on the Panthers of Prairie View. Alabama State is currently holding on to a 4-point lead with 11:26 remaining in the second half. Turnovers beginning to be an issue for Alabama State. You see one there. Pull up three, no good. Fight for the loose ball. It is tipped up and in. Dwayne Cox on the tip in. Good low post position, and they convert. Brandon Battle had the size advantage there, and he put his skill to good use. Goes in for 2 there. It caps off a 3-minute scoring drought for Alabama State. The jumper no good. Toby, looking at the numbers, kicks it out. Great pass. And then an easy deuce for the Hornets. That's where they need to make their money. They need to get out in transition when the opportunity arises itself. And as you see it happen there. The Panthers have settled into an offense that involves a lot of mid-range jumpers, and they haven't converted on a lot of them. They've made the money on layups.
Alabama State foul number 10, Jacoby Ross, his second, third team foul.
Jacoby Ross picks up his second foul of the evening. Chancellor Ellis on the inbounds. Ten seconds remaining on the shot clock. Tough contested shot, no good. Alabama State showing their defensive prowess right now. Pass deflected and another Alabama State turnover. Careless decision making with the ball might come back to haunt them in the future. Toby Wusho is going to get called for the reaching foul.
Alabama State foul number 5, Toby Owosho, his second foul, team's fourth.
Prairie View A&M will be in the bonus the remainder of the way. Gerard Andrus keeps the lead down to 4. Battle driving to the lane. Kicks it out, wide open corner shot. That one no good. Oh, that paint is just wide open right now. They're living on the inside. And head coach Lewis Jackson has seen enough. He needs to talk it over with his team. We'll be back with more from the Hornets Sports Network as the lead dwindles to 2 points. Stay tuned.
Full timeout.
Welcome back to the Hornets Sports Network, where the Hornets here in the Dunn Oliver Acadome are clinging to a 2-point lead after leading as much as 15 in the first half. Turnover starting to bite the Hornets on the rear end. They had 15 on the evening to Prairie View's 9. The shooting number is still about even. Alabama State shooting 37%. Prairie View has upped their shooting to 38%. Ricardo Day trapped in the corner. And he'll pick up the foul. That foul call on Jonathan Johnson. Alabama State still shooting incredibly well from deep. They're shooting 39%, 9 of 23. Prairie View has yet to make a three-pointer still. They are 0 of 14. A rebound margin still even. A +3 advantage for Alabama State. That shot blocked. And it will remain Alabama State ball. 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Again, Alabama State has led majority of the way. Tyrese Robinson blew the layup, rushed it a little bit. And Alabama State comes up empty. A three-point seal still there for the Panthers.
Media timeout.
And we'll have a timeout. We'll be back after this. Welcome back from the timeout. We're here on the campus of Alabama State at the Dunn Oliver Acadome. Hornets clinging on to what's left of this 15-point lead that they had. It's been trimmed down to 2, and turnovers have been a big problem for them. They had 15 on the evening compared to the Prairie View Panthers' 9. Many of those turnovers coming in the second half. They have 4 to Prairie View's 1. And finally, Prairie View gets a 3-pointer to go. Until that point, they were 0 of 15. Prairie View has their first lead since the beginning of the game. That was nearly an over and back for the Hornets, but officials saying it was deflected.
His second, team's 5th.
Alabama State going through one of those scoring droughts again. Prairie View has been on a 7-0 run spanning almost 3 minutes. In that same span, Alabama State has been held scoreless. Points in the paint, clearly in Prairie View's favor. They've lived in there. They have 30 thus far, and Alabama State only has 14. Second chance points starting to lean in Prairie View's favor. They have 12 of those versus Alabama State's 7. Officials wanting to review the last replay. Officials reviewing if the last three-pointer by Prairie View was actually a 3. So the call was confirmed for the three-pointer for Prairie View, and it'll be Alabama State ball. Pull up three short. The well has run dry for Alabama State when it comes to these three-pointers. Save for Jeremy Hamilton's explosion. It's been nothing but bricks. Seven seconds on the shot clock. Prairie View's got to make something happen. Jumper off the mark. And Day comes up with a loose ball. Robinson calling for it down low. They reset. Eight seconds on the shot clock. Hamilton trying to regain a little bit of rhythm from the first half. Nothing going. They'll call a charging foul on the floor. Kevin Holston putting his body on the line to take the charge and draw the turnover, force the turnover. It'll be the 10th turnover for Prairie View. Prairie View still on a 7-0 run. That run lasting over the past 4 minutes. However, both teams have been held scoreless the past 2 minutes. Alabama State scoreless almost 4 minutes and 30 seconds to this point. Holston lost the dribble. Turnover on the floor. Good solid defense, and they still get the layup to fall. That was outstanding defensive effort to deny the layup, but good defense, better offense, as they say. Robinson kicks out to Holston. Robinson wants it back. 7 seconds on the shot clock. They bring the double team. They swing it. Leon Daniels for three. No good. Robinson almost forcing the turnover, but Alabama State goes one and done again on the offensive end. That baseline jumper is good. Gerard Andrus with the jumper. And Alabama State finds himself behind by 5. Following that jumper, Lewis Jackson needs to talk it over and get his boys back on track. I'll be back with more from the Hornets Sports Network. So we're back. The Hornets are down 5, and Prairie View is on a 17-4 run. A run that lasts since the 17-quarter mark of the first half, and Leon Daniels is going to get called for the charge. So following that charge, Prairie View will be in the bonus for the remainder of this game in the next 4 minutes and 37 seconds. Heat check three-point attempt, no good. However, a loose ball foul call on the floor. It will remain Prairie View basketball.
35, Tyrese Robinson, his second, team sixth.
Good closeout by Leon Daniels to force that miss on the three-point attempt. Toby Wusho a little out of control with the ball. Hornets fortunate to get it back. And it will be another charge call, this time on Leon Daniel.
Alabama State foul. Number 1, Leon Daniels, his fourth, team seventh.
So now Leon Daniels is playing with foul trouble. He has 4 fouls, and he has to be very careful the remaining end of this game to make sure he does not foul out. Alabama State has been scoreless the past 6 minutes. 1 of 7 over the last 7 field goal attempts, excuse me.
Prairie foul number 14, Leon Sneed, his third. Media timeout.
And we'll have a timeout. Stay tuned for the closing parts of this game. Alabama State trying to fight back after leading majority of the way. Welcome back to the Dunn Oliver Acadome. The Hornets find themselves trailing with less than 4 minutes to go in this game. They've led majority of the way. The biggest lead they had was 15. But the Panthers, give them credit, they found a way to claw their way back into this game and put them at a deficit. They've lived in the paint. The Panthers having 32 of their points in the paint. They've made only 1 of 18 attempts from three-point land. However, Alabama State, on the other hand, they've gone cold, to say the least. They've been scoreless without a point for the past 6 minutes and 21 seconds, and because of that, Prairie View A&M is on a 17-4 run. Leon Sneed for the Panthers has made 3 of his last 4 attempts. The lid's still on the rim for Alabama State, but that loose ball foul will keep it in their possession.
Prairie foul number 11, Dwayne Cox. Correction, foul on number 14, Leon Sneed, his fourth. Shooting a 1-and-1, Leon Daniels.
Hornets in the bonus. Leon Daniels will be at the line for a 1-and-1 attempt. It's a chance to break this scoreless drought for Alabama State. It's lasted almost 7 minutes. Two for 2 at the line for Leon Daniels. He has 4 points, shooting just 1 of 5 from the floor. He is playing with 4 fouls, though, so again, he has to be cautious. A successful double team by Tyrese Robinson forces the turnover, and Alabama State is going to look to capitalize. Heath Sees his way to the rim. Finds Tyrese underneath. And there'll be a foul on the floor.
This is second, team's ninth at the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Tyrese Robinson.
That free throw well short for Robinson. Not the most efficient free throw shooter. He's 50% from the free throw line. He's only had 6 attempts on the year, though. Daniels almost gambling on the steal. Good hands by Robinson. Two layup attempts, no good for Prairie View. Toby Awusho drives straight into the lane for the charge. Another Alabama State turnover.
Alabama State foul number 5, Toby Awusho. His third. Team's 8.
Officials trying to make sure the floor is nice and dry as you come down to the home stretch of this one. Alabama State still trailing by 3. Another pull-up jumper, no good. Leon Daniels comes away with the rebound. Time slowly dwindling for the Hornets. 2 minutes left. Awusho wanted a foul. He had a legitimate call for it, but they get a foul on the drive there. Brandon Battle will be at the line to shoot some free throws. Brandon Battle on the year, a 55% free throw shooter coming into this game, 45 of 82 on the year. He cuts this lead, this Prairie View lead down to 2. He has the opportunity to get it down to 1 with this one. One-point game, 2 minutes remaining. Alabama State defense has to tighten up and show some resolve. They've led the majority of the way. They can show that same fortitude that they maintained in the early goings in the first half. They'll come away with the win. Battle, playing stout defense. Double screen. That three-pointer no good. Brandon Battle corrals the loose ball. Awusho hands it off to Heath. I believe they call it illegal screen. Offensive foul, perhaps. Oh, my goodness. And they say Leon Daniels is just fouled out. So with Daniels fouling out, Kevin Holston will check in his place.
Hornet fans.
.109 remaining in this tight affair here at the Dunn Oliver Acadome. They switch on the screen. They double down low. Straight line drive. Reverse layup, no good. Alabama State comes away with it. 40 seconds remaining in this ball game. They have a full 24 shot clock to work with.
Timeout. State. Full timeout.
Lewis Jackson wants to talk it over with his team to make sure they get the highest quality shot possible. We'll return with more. Welcome back to the waning seconds of the second half here at the Dunn Oliver Acadome. You're listening to the Hornet Sports Network. My name is Daquan Lee, and we are in for perhaps a fantastic finish in this one. Alabama State trails by 1. The score 49-48, and it's Alabama State basketball. Leon Daniels has just fouled out for head coach Lewis Jackson, and Kevin Holston is the replacement. They've got 20 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Toby, right side of the court, spin move, kicks it back out. DJ drives in the paint, floater, leaves it short, offensive rebound, Alabama State. The putback is good, count the basket, and one. Brandon Battle with the biggest basket of the game. He has just given this team a 1-point lead with 23 seconds remaining in this ball game. And he has an opportunity to extend this lead to 2 if he makes his free throw. Again, a 55% free throw shooter. Big opportunity here for Alabama State. Leaves it short. Shot clock is off. Prairie View has a chance to win this ball game. On the drive. And they draw the charge. Brandon Battle on both ends. Scores the and one bucket and draws the charge for Prairie against Prairie View. Got to have it on both ends of this court to win. And now it's come down to a free throw game. Crowds coming alive after that charge call. They give it to Heath, and Heath will be at the line to shoot a pair of very important free throws. On the year, he is a 60% free throw shooter. 15 of 25 on the year. Excuse me, that's Jacoby Ross shooting free throws. Jacoby on the year is an 85% free throw shooter. Jacoby Ross has now forced Prairie View into either a quick bucket and the foul, or the three ball in a last-ditch attempt to send this game into overtime. Ten seconds left remaining in this game. The Prairie View wants to talk it over. They need time. And we'll be back with the closing statements of this game. Stay tuned to the Hornet Sports Network. Welcome back to the closing statements of this game. Alabama State has a 3-point lead, the score 52-49 with just under 10 seconds remaining. Prairie View is locked into a bad situation. Either they get a quick basket here and attempt to get a steal or foul, or they get a 3-pointer here and send this game into overtime. 5 seconds. It's Williams. He got the shot off. The shot is no good. And there's a foul on the floor.
Alabama State foul number 4, Jeremy Hamilton. His second at the line.
Jeremy Hamilton picks up the foul. Prairie View is locked into a situation here. They can make this first free throw and then attempt to bounce the ball off the rim back at himself and tip it back in. And that's the only way they'll win this game. But for all intents and purposes, this game should be finished, barring a miracle. And with that miss, this game is over. And Alabama State has pulled away a close game. They finished on an 8-0 run to seal the game away. Jeremy Hamilton and Brandon Battle, the key players. Hamilton, the leading scorer in the first half. He came away with a barrage of three-pointers, 4 of 7 from the deep, 5 of 9 from the field in general. And Brandon Battle with the key offensive possession and 1 bucket, the closing statements of this game. And then on the other end of the court, he forces a turnover by taking the charge, laying his body on the line, and sealing this game for the Hornets. Stay tuned. We'll have the post-game interview with head coach Lewis Jackson. Until then, we appreciate you all tuning in. Stay tuned, but we'll be back with more on the Hornets Sports Network. Your final score from Alabama State, 52, Prairie View, 49. All right, folks, no post-game interview tonight with head coach Lewis Jackson. However, the Hornets start this two-game homestand with a solid victory against the Prairie A&M Panthers. Monday night, they take on Texas Southern at 7:30, and it will be the final game of this two-game homestand before they get back on the road to face Mississippi Valley State and UAPB. From DeQuan Lee, Travis Jerome, and the entire staff here at Alabama State University, thank you for tuning in, and you all have a great Saturday night.